and welcome to my New Year's resolution. I have created a survey and sent it to 9 members of my friends and family, posing the question, if you could make everyone in the world listen to 3 albums, what would they be? I will then be listening to their selections and grading them based on a completely arbitrary criteria. Next up is my friend and former roommate, Owen. In terms of predictions, I was the least sure about what Owen would submit. I don't have any concrete memories of discussing music with them. I said I was thinking it'd probably be more indie artists, and the most concrete thing I said was something with Phoebe Bridgers vibes, which wasn't really true, but you'll have to judge that for yourself. Owen's first album was Bonito Generation by Kiro Bonito.
Try me, cause I bet I got what you really need. I'm quick to learn and I can work with people in a team.
I really didn't know what to expect for this album. I wasn't familiar with the artist at all, but I kind of had a sense of what it would be like, and I was spot on. So something about the name, the vibes, it is communicated. I had a really fun time with this album. I liked it a lot. I listened to it on a road trip, and it definitely kept me awake. Very relevant, because the first song is called Waking Up. Here is me dancing to Kiro Bonito.
In the place, I'm looking great. Bet you can't tell I'm half awake. Living my way, no day is the same, but sometimes I'm a bit late.
This is a very upbeat, very danceable album. I don't know how complex the choreography would get, but I gave this a 4 out of 5 danceability. I enjoyed dancing to it very much. Lyrically, she kind of does like a pattern where every song picks like a theme and then like kind of revolves around that theme. It kind of sounds like a description of all music and all songs, but you just have to like there's one song that's like about graduating, and then there's one song that's about her parents, you know what I mean? And I like that because it's a little bit more of a mix-up. A lot of dance music is going to be about dancing. It's going to be about love. It's going to be about dancing with someone you love. And her dance music is about graduating college without learning anything. And I like that. So the lyrics like aren't that deep, but I liked that approach. I thought it was fresh, original. I gave it a 3 out of 5. So for the same reason that like it's not that deep, but I had a lot of fun, didn't stir up any negative feelings to be sure, I gave it a 3 out of 5 emotional response. In terms of prettiness, it's very melodic, it's very major key, it's kind of a bias. You can definitely be pretty in B minor key, but it's just not taking any risks in the prettiness department. It's not so like, that's not, I would say, what it's like the most going for. It's not like, you know, meant to be like tugging at the heartstrings in that way, but I had absolutely no qualms about the prettiness. The only thing I would say is it can be a little bit like repetitive, like not really on the first listen, but like if I'm outing myself, I listened to some of the songs multiple times, and like there is a little bit of a repetition. Maybe that would knock the prettiness a little bit. 4 out of 5 prettiness is my final ranking. You can't argue with me on that. I'm the boss. Like I said, I had a great time with this album. I don't think there were any really skips on it. It brightened my day. I give it an 8 out of 10 final ranking. And my favorite song is, foreshadowed, Waking Up.
That's my key to enter.
Owen's second album was Stop Making Sense by the Talking Heads. I had technically already heard this whole album because I have watched the accompanying documentary of the same name, Stop Making Sense, but I didn't remember a lot of them that well. Some of them are like total classics that my dad plays in the car, totally knew them. Some of them felt very new to me. Overall, I enjoyed listening to them and really like thinking about it for the first time, because other times that I've listened to it, it's just kind of been on. I've enjoyed it, but I haven't put a lot of thought into what do I like about it, what's my favorite, etc. what I would call groovy music, but it doesn't have the most like lively, rhythmic sort of qualities, so I gave it a 3 out of 5 danceability. The lyrics I really enjoyed. There's like a thought-provoking quality that's like silly at the same time, which I liked. I also have like a sense of David Byrne's character, and I feel like he just seems fun and like he doesn't take himself too seriously, which I like. So I gave the lyrics a 4 out of 5. I've touched on, I found the album, you know, very endearing, I would say. A lot of it kind of spoke to me, but it's also got kind of like a mechanical quality. Like, I was interested because when I started listening to it, I was like, oh, I'm gonna love this one, I know I like this music, and I certainly didn't dislike it, but it didn't arouse as much you know, emotion in me, at least on the first listen, as I was expecting it to, because it feels more thinky and like in your head than like in the heart. Does that make sense? So I gave it a 2 out of 5 emotional response, but don't think I didn't like it. And I guess for similar reasons, I gave it a 2 out of 5 prettiness. Something else interesting is that it's live. I think it's the only live album that I've been given, but I haven't obviously listened to them all yet, so I could be wrong. So maybe it'd be a little bit prettier if it was like studio recorded, but I wanted to grade the live version because that's what was submitted. And again, it's like, it's funky and it's like interesting, but I just wouldn't say pretty as the first adjective, so I gave it a 2 out of 5. I just realized I didn't write any of the rankings while I was saying that stuff, and I'm just gonna put them all in now. For all of these reasons that I have explained, I gave this album a 7 out of 10 final ranking, and my favorite song was This Must Be the Place, then in parentheses, Naive Melody. And Owen's third and final album was a little number called Brick Body Kids Still Daydream by Open Mike Eagle.
So I'm always disgusted. All these discussions online is mayonnaise versus mustard. Mayonnaise people think French can't be trusted. Mustard people think eggs is all busted.
This was another album I had no familiarity with. I really didn't have predictions going in. And so it was very intriguing to just go in blind. I listened to this on an airplane. And here is me dancing to this album.
Now we all in a zombie movie. Only weapon is common sense. Zombie sheriffs are trying to lynch us. Guess to call up my congressman.
This is definitely rhythmic, but a lot of it is kind of slow and thinky. I gave it a 3 out of 5 danceability. I loved the lyrics in this album. Like I said, very thinky, very smart, very funny, and his rhymes are incredible. It'll be like the whole second half of the line is what's being rhymed, like full phrases, like it was just so creative. I liked it a lot. But what did I give it? Thank you for waiting in suspense. I gave it a 5 out of 5. For emotional response, I gave it a 3 out of 5. I think if I took the time to like listen to it a bunch of times and like understand the lyrics and stuff more, it might go up, because some of the songs really do, I would say, tug at the heartstrings, but it's just like so much to digest. I was really focused on like understanding everything that he was saying, and so I wasn't as centered in the heart. 3 out of 5. And then for prettiness, I also gave it a 3 out of 5. It's certainly not ugly, but it's not super melodic. Some of the songs are very pretty, but for the most part, it's a little bit more stripped down, not as, I would say, symphonic. So I like this one a lot overall. I also gave it a 7 out of 10 final ranking, and my favorite song was 95 Radios. Interestingly, wait, ready? First album, my favorite song was the first song, and the last album, my favorite song was the last song. Feel free to study that and report back to me.
And we wrap both hands in 10-4, pointed at the window frame, trying to find a radio.
Thank you so much for watching my review of Owen's albums. If you listen to any of these albums or any of the ones I've reviewed so far, and you have any thoughts on them, feel free to comment them on this video. I will look for that. And subscribe, stay tuned for more of these videos.